Alright, so we're going to revisit the muffler here for the Craftsman. I'm going to use this as a 5-pound dry chem fire extinguisher. Stainless steel. This is vintage. I just dug it out of my hoard. There it is. You see that? Vintage 1960. I got a buddy of mine that works for one of those companies that goes around and recharges and inspects fire extinguishers, and when they won't pass hydro, they basically get thrown into a pile of scrap. And then I bring several of them home, the cool ones. At least he sets them aside for me. And this is a nice one, stainless steel. It has a brass collar here, which is soldered in. So I'm going to slice this here to relieve the pressure because this is soldered from the inside out. There's a collar that goes underneath here. This is all one cast piece. And it's actually soldered in place on the cap before it's welded onto this here. So I'm going to slice it so it comes out in 2 pieces. I'm going to hit this with the acetylene torch and drop that in. I'm going to have the input side of the muffler to go in through here, and the output will go here. I have, a chunk of stainless. I might use this one to cap it, and then the exhaust, the top of the exhaust will come out of here. I was also going to use this for the rain flapper cap. Now, my intention was to keep the whole thing stainless steel, but that may just not happen. This is an old, I don't know if you guys remember, if you've been watching my videos for a while, this is the inside center tube of a muffler, big old truck muffler that I actually found on my property, I don't know, a year and a half ago. And I used part of this for the muffler that I built for the Gilson that I'm running up at the ranch. And that's my intention on this one. I'm going to have the input come in through the bottom. I'm likely going to divide it here, put a slice in here and put a separator here so it forces the exhaust out of here. I've got to hit this with a wire brush. You see there's funk in these holes, but I'm going to have the exhaust come out of here and force it to be able to go through this can, come back in through here and go out through the exhaust, through the top. And what I didn't have in that last muffler can is I didn't have the size in that drink can. I was just kind of trying it out. I also wanted to try out my TIG welding skills on a drink container, and it proved to be quite challenging. This one's pretty thick. This has a pretty thick stainless. So let me show you how this scales out to the LT. So here's how the LT looks today. And I'm thinking this is going to be, I'm going to try to set this down as low as I can in the stack tree so there's less torque on that elbow, less vibration and whatnot. So I figure it's going to go about that same height. This, I can knock about 3 inches of this off the top of here and it'll still be right over, shoot over the top of my head. I'm going to keep the same exhaust link pipe. Yeah, if I set that there, I should be in pretty good shape. And then ultimately what I also plan to do is to take this piece of, I guess it's about 1/16 of an inch thick, maybe an inch, inch and an eighth wide, but this flat stock, I'm going to come off the bracket here and I'm going to give it a slight twist and TIG weld it here. And I think what that'll do will keep any movement. I don't get much movement in that, but I want to avoid that. So that's going to go there from the frame bracket to right about there. And yeah, it should be pretty cool. So let's start cutting. Son of a biscuit eater. Really eye protection, boys and girls. Hold my finger though, I should be wearing gloves. We're going to let that cool down for just a minute.